AMD versus NVIDIA, a tale as old as time. So for today's video, I took an EVGA GTX 970 and compared it against my Sapphire R9 390. Before I say any more, I'll just say right now, do not buy either of these cards unless you don't need top tier performance and have a really good price. I am also using this video to express my very controversial thoughts on the 390, it being my very first AMD graphics card ever. I can say much was left to be desired. I watched countless videos and saw countless graphs of the 390 outperforming the 970, and then the controversy starts over the 3.5 gigabytes of VRAM in the 970.
Wird das alles in Ordnung kommen?
Mein Führer konnte nicht genügend Kräfte für einen Angriff massieren. Der Angriff Steiner ist nicht erfolgt.
It was the perfect time for a meme on r/PC Master Race to be born that reads, "Shoulda bought a 390. Because at the time my internal debate was AMD versus NVIDIA, the tale as old as time. The 970 versus the 390. And after hearing again and again how the 390 is just the stronger version of the 970, I buckled and joined Team Red. I was hopeful. First game I launched was Portal 2, a game that of course always ran fantastically, but this was the first time I'd ever seen a game's FPS stay locked at 300. I was impressed and the hype only built. I began regularly browsing r/AMD, and I was very excited about them, hearing how the drivers were like a fine wine that only got better with age. But then, AAA games showed up, and all ran like fucking trash! Talking 30 to 40 FPS if I was lucky, and it was actually the worst. I played The Division all the way through on like medium settings at 40 FPS, and my graphics card ran loud and hot as fuck, and even had graphical artifacting. You got a solid, like, 30 FPS here. Because developers think PC ports are an afterthought, I guess. Making it almost kinda work for Team Green is good enough for the whole platform, right? Lazy fucks? And no. My card isn't busted, and my drivers weren't busted. The card is great for playing Portal 2, and is great for benchmarks, but god damn it, this card is not good enough for most AAA games, which is kind of a big deal. And it still isn't good enough. I conveniently don't have this benchmark because I fucking hate AMD, but the 390 gets anally explored in the game Watch Dogs 2. Why don't I have the benchmark? Because I hate AMD, remember? And I refused to hot swap my goddamn graphics card again and reinstall that game I pirated because seeing the boy in the emoji mask was a huge boner killer for me. AMD has scared me off. That being said, Ryzen video potentially coming soon. Now to the benchmarks. I've chosen my games based on popularity, so the first game is PLAYERUNKOWN'S Battlegrounds. Keep in mind that all of these tests were on the same settings on the exact same computer. NVIDIA wins. Dota 2, NVIDIA wins. CSGO, NVIDIA wins. Overwatch, NVIDIA wins. And finally, GTA 5, guess what? NVIDIA wins again. Fine wine, huh? I ran DDU for both cards multiple times even, and I'm on the latest drivers 382.33 for NVIDIA and 17.5.2 for AMD, and of course neither of the cards are overclocked, but listen folks. Maybe I both won and lost the Silicon Lottery. Maybe I have the best 970 and the worst 390. I'm doubtful, but it's possible. If this video came off circle jerky, I get it. I had a lot of built-up frustration due to AMD's shitty rebranding of the 290. Am I saying that VEGA is a lost cause? No. If the graphics card itself could get its shit together, NVIDIA's been fucking up all over the place. Crimson is so much better than the GeForce experience. If AMD could go ahead and not have this dog shit burrito called AMD encoding /VCE and get cracking on some semi-decent meme like NVNC for streamers, and then fix that whole thing where your $250 graphics card becomes a potato in AAA titles, and while you're at it make FreeSync not break once a week with updates, then I'm sold.